First things first, right off the bat, we gotta talk about the two things that I think I love most about this whip. I think either SpaceX or NASA made this whip, because this joint moves and takes off like a rocket, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We got a 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. Snap, crackle, and pop straight from the factory. And it don't stop there. We got a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 producing 805 horsepower. And get this, 1,047 pound-feet of torque, man. So let's get some understanding. This is not an automobile. This is not a vehicle. This is a rocket on 4 wheels. Now, next up, since we are in an AMG, let's talk about some AMG type understanding. We got an AMG track pace page and an AMG performance page, both of which have legendary graphics, and you can either customize it, go through it however you want. Like, I just think it's so dope because most performance cars or SUVs have a performance page, but they usually show things like your G-forces, 0 to 60 times, 0 to 100 times, typical normal stuff in a performance car. But this has the performance page and the track pace page where you can look up certain tracks. You get everything you want from the track pace page that you want from a track. But then on everyday living, you also get the AMG performance page. And speaking of the AMG performance page, you also got legendary graphics. This by far is probably one of the best cars I've been in that has like graphics, but at the same time, it has all the analytics and logistics and understanding that every car nerd out there wants, every super hardcore car enthusiast. And it also appeases the everyday people who don't know what none of that means. And even if you go to the pages, you can enjoy it because there's some legendary graphics there that entertain you while you're driving. And I got to say, I like that a lot, because a lot of places and a lot of cars usually got some one or the other, but then the graphics ain't as legendary. So they just knocked out the ballpark with that one, I ain't gonna lie. Now, this next thing is a flex to me because it's unique and it's different, and I've never seen a car or SUV have this feature. And it's the fact that you got projecting LED lights that give you a light show that spits out and projects the Mercedes logo along with the AMG logo to give you that extra understanding. If it would have just had Mercedes, that would have been legendary in its own right. But the fact that it projects out the Mercedes logo with the AMG logo, that's legendary for just you. But imagine you're around other people, they're like, ooh, they go Mercedes, ooh, look at that. They popped out with the Mercedes logo. And if you don't know about cars, you can see that AMG, you can go, that's different. But if you do know about cars, you can be like, oh, we got that AMG joint, that SC performance. And then there's so many different illuminating Mercedes AMG logos around this joint. Like, you even got a ground illumination on the side of this whip at nighttime that's set and steady, looking extra sturdy. And then you also got illuminating door handles that pop in and out with LED lights integrated within them. And you even got Mercedes-Benz engraved on them things, man. And speaking of lights, your tail lights, they even got AMG on the back of that thing that illuminates, and it gives you a light show whenever you cut the car off. And the design of the headlights, they're digital technology headlights, but they look so crispy, they look so good. But then they also got some icicle crystallized type LED lights up integrated within the head. Man, listen up, man. That's top tier. Most people probably wouldn't care about that, but I think that's an ultra flex because when have you ever seen a car or SUV do that? Now, this next like is something different that I've never experienced in a sports car of this size. It's the fact that you can lay down those back seats. It's a small pass-through once you lay down the back seats, but the fact that they give you the option to do that, it lets you know that they really wanted this to be really practical for you and they wanted to all the way be different. Drop a comment below. Have you ever seen a car that's a performance car that's this small but large at the same time that lets you lay down the back seats? Now, granted, those back seats, your boy can't fit back there, but I can fit these front seats with ease. In fact, I don't think there's too many people other than some very, very, very small people that can fit in that back. Other than that, I don't think them joints is shaking for too much, but you do got some hanger hooks back there. But outside that, I think even Mercedes know ain't nobody gonna be back there. There ain't no armrest back there. There's no USB chargers, there's no nothing. So that's how you know, other than some hanger hooks, and I think that was really for the front seat passengers. Other than that, there's nothing back there to entertain backseat passengers because I believe even Mercedes know if you do, they won't be back there for very long. That backseat is so small that I can literally hang my arm out the window as if I'm sitting in the front seat. And that's crazy. And getting in and out the back seat, whew, challenge. Straight up challenge. One thing I do like, and this also goes back to how much attention and detail Mercedes paid to give in this car, you have AMG embroidered mats in both the front seats. That's not abnormal for most performance cars, SUVs, or even cars that aren't performance SUVs or in whips, right? But you even got embroidered AMG mats in the back seat. No, them joints just look cute, man. Them joints is different. But I like the fact that they did that, even though nobody's probably ever gonna be back there, really, honestly, for the people that will own this, because I've been driving this around for a week and I haven't had one person back there. I don't think I'd want to do that to a person. They might got to see the chiropractor and get, have to see the spinal specialist, after sitting back there for too long, especially me, because I'm the hunchback of Notre Dame in the back of that thing. But I do like the fact, just to recircle back, I love the fact that you get laid on those back seats. That was different. And it also gave it a little extra understanding on the practicality side. And the trunk space is actually pretty decent and abundant too for such a small car. So I thought that was super dope, man. So I had to mention that as a like. That's damn near a love and a like, or a hybrid between the two, no pun intended, even though this joint is a plug-in hybrid. And speaking of that, you only get about 7 to 9 miles of pure electric range, but I've used it because when you're having so much fun on the performance side and you in track like I am all the time, because that's my favorite mode, you do fly through that gas tank. It's actually 12 miles per gallon in the city and 19 on the highway, but I think it actually gets better than that because I went through a whole tank of gas and some, and it just felt like it lasted way longer. This is not gonna be the car where it's like you're gonna get 242 miles of range and then at the same time, oh, I'm gonna switch and use 100 miles of electric range. That's just not gonna happen because you only got 7 to 9 miles. But like I said, this car's better on gas than most people probably would think it. So I gotta salute Mercedes for doing that, because that was pretty legendary. Does the paint match the wheels or does the wheel match the paint, man? Drop a comment below and let me know, because I'm telling you right now, them wheels are fire. Them might be the best set of rims that's coordinated with the paint job that I've gotten since I've gotten back to doing car reviews. Them rims are legendary. And the tires look just as good, but they'll look even better if you get that Bears Automotive Magic tire sheet on the things, baby. Click the link below in the description and get it from yours truly. Let's talk about these backup cameras. Because not only do you get 360-degree view, a real live view of your Mercedes when backing this joint up, you get full crispiness. There's a lot of expensive cars that I get in. Sometimes the backup camera just don't be matching the price tag. But there is one thing that's like a caveat that I gotta mention. I just wish that there was a more realistic version of your car from the outside with the exact paint job that made it look more like a live view camera when you're going around 360 degrees. I know that's asking for a bit much, but listen, this car is kind of expensive, I ain't gonna lie to you. So I would like that, but as far as just the quality of the backup cameras go, I have to give that a like, because there's a lot of expensive cars that I live with all the time and their backup cameras are not that good. And the fact that it's on a big infotainment screen dead smack in the middle and they don't make it all hard for you to read through the digital gauge cluster, I like that a lot. I like it if it's in both, but I like it more if you just have it in just one instead of two raggedy ones. Let me just get one good one that's on the big infotainment screen, and that helps a lot. This next thing is something that's dope, and I think that is unique to Mercedes, because you even can control the infotainment screen from the steering wheel, so that way you don't never have to take your hands off the steering wheel. You got two mouses on the steering wheel. You got a mouse on the left side of the steering wheel and a mouse on the right side. The one on the left side controls your digital gauge cluster, heads-up display, different things like that to help you navigate and reconfigure that joint, right? On the right side of this one, you have your own mouse that you just kind of slide up and down and side to side, which controls your infotainment screen. And that's so dope because you'll never have to take your hands off the wheel. Granted, it is a little finicky. It's very responsive, but when I mean finicky, I'm saying like you gotta kind of keep your eyes on the wheel, but at the same time look over. So does it really work, or is it just better just the infotainment screen? I don't know. Y'all drop a comment below, let me know. But nonetheless, I think that was innovative and dope that Mercedes even did that when they didn't even have to do that. So that lets you know they're thinking about your safety and at least trying to make it super safe for you as much as possible. Next up, let's talk about this ambient lighting. Mercedes are the original OGs of the OGs when it comes to ambient lighting. I believe they were the first ever to do it, and at least the first ever to do it in a top tier fashion. They are flagship and synonymous with ambient lighting. So the ambient lighting here should be no shocker or surprise to you or to me. is through the roof. And you got a bunch of colors to choose from, so let's not ever get it misconstrued now. But you also got ambient lighting integrated within your climate vents. And the climate vents are legendary in design, like a jet turbine taking off on a runway in a Gulfstream 9780. I don't even know what it's called, but we just gonna say Gulfstream because I'm just over here talking, man, because I absolutely love the design of these air vents, but then I also love the design of the ambient lighting. And this joint just comes to life like a Christmas tree at nighttime, man. Who doesn't like ambient lighting in a car? Or is it just some car people that just like true, just bone gristle? I just want the performance, no ambient lighting. Don't give me nothing to entertain me. Just give me the performance. I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know, man, because I absolutely love ambient lighting and I'm loving the ambient lighting in this joint, and living with it has been just through the roof every single night. It's my favorite time to drive this car. It's my favorite time to drive in general, but in this car especially with this top tier ambient lighting, man, I ain't gonna lie. Now let's talk about something I don't like in this whip. And there's not too many things I don't like in this whip, to be honest with you. And the first one's had to be these seat adjusters, and I'm gonna tell you why. I like the design of it, right? I like how futuristic it looks, like nice and modern, and it has the silhouette of an actual seat design as the design for your seat adjusters. That's nice. I like that. But I just wish that when I push that recline up or backwards or scoot the seat forward or backwards or down or up, that it was more responsive to how it actually moved, because these joints are like stiff, so it's damn near like a touch, not touch screen, but it's like a touch sensitive seat adjuster. I just wish that I didn't have to press it so hard. I feel like I'm over here getting carpal tunnel, like throwing up gang signs, how hard I gotta press these joints right here. And it's damn near a neutral thing. It's not a like, it's not a dislike. Nah, I kind of don't like it. I ain't gonna lie, I don't like it. But if I had to choose, I probably don't like it. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, there y'all go. I don't like it. Now these seats in here, they're pretty decent. They look really good. Got some heavy bolstering. They even got seat kinetics through your infotainment screen, side bolstering that you could adjust. All sorts of different things that you want to adjust through these seats, you can do. But what you can't do is make these joints shine and protect them if you ain't got no protecting on that thing. So you want to make sure you get some of our Barrett's Automotive pristine leather conditioner and slap them joints on here by clicking that link below in the description. But what I don't like about these seats is the fact that there are no massaging seats. I really wish in this whip we had massaging seats, because they look so good. They got so many other different options. Why we can't get the massaging seats, Mercedes? Come on, baby. This has to be probably, as far as quality in this car, that I really, really don't like. And it's this sun visor. That joint is such a hard, cheap plastic. It don't even make no sense, because we got Alcantara wrap B-pillars, roof liner, nice sunroof that's fixed in place. You can't open it, and this joint is like manually open and close type, which is crazy, but at the same time it's not, because it's a performance whip. So probably didn't want to have electronic opening and closing shade shutter for the sunroof, because that probably would have added more weight to the whip. Whatever, I don't like the manual thing, but it's okay. I get the purpose of it. But I do not get the purpose of these cheap ass plasticky sun visors, which is crazy. And that joint got like a crazy clamp on that thing too. And there's no light in the sun visor as well, so you also gotta know that. But they do detach and they extend. The window is so long in comparison to the sun visor, it doesn't block out all of the sun if it's coming from this side over here. But yeah, they could have just did a lot better with the sun visor. That joint is mad cheap, man. All right, y'all, so that's everything your boy got to talk about when it comes to the 2025 Mercedes-AMG GT63 SE Performance. And man, oh man, this joint has outperformed my expectations of it. And if it outperformed y'all just like it did for me, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel, man, because a lot of people be sleep on these whips, man. So stay tuned for all the ones we got coming your way. Even though these ain't sleeper whips, a lot of people be sleep on them. But make sure you don't sleep on your Barrett's Automotive car wash products, and click that link below in the description and get yours today by yours truly, man. But until next time, man, I will see you on the next video. You dig?